morning, Philippines, and all over Asia. Good morning, dyan sa Australia. And I'm hosting once again live from my home in New Jersey. Welcome, everyone, to Women's World. And I'm going to take you over to my lovely twin, Marivir. Hi, twin.
Hello. Hi, hello to and good evening. Good evening to our viewers here in the US and good morning to the people in the Philippines and in Asia. I'm here in my bedroom in Forest Hills in Queens, New York. So this is our show and everybody can pitch in and share their points of view and listen to our very special guest this evening. And I will have to introduce to you another co-host of ours, the lovely Dr. Arceli Hernando from Bohol. Hello, Arceli.
Hello, Miss Marivir. Good morning from the Philippines.
Good morning.
Good evening, US and the rest of the world. Good day. Thank you for joining us in this episode, and we welcome you once again to the Women's World. So,
thank you.
How are you doing, ladies?
Doing good, enjoying the warmth of summer. So, Twin and Arceli, I'd like to give a little feedback on what we had last week. We had our guests who talked to us about barter and how they survived without having money and just by exchanging goods. So it's an ancient way of sharing and exchanging items that they need or want. And this is very inspiring. Our Rich Mulot from Bohol and Gabrielle Marie Mokiala. Very inspiring, Twin. We have feedback from Texas from Sylvia Hubila, who loved the exchange, the barter, and the impact that's created in the community that was able to help a mom whose child had cerebral palsy and everybody pitching in, giving more than what the child wanted. A Big Mac, and she had more than that, a lot of toys, ice cream. So the power of giving is immense through the barter.
That's amazing. That's truly amazing. Yeah.
So
yeah,
a lot of good feedback. And in fact, Twin, yes, good feedback is like there are groups in Cebu who wanted to be interviewed too about how they're doing their barter. So the neighboring province of Cebu, and where I was born as well. So they wanted to be interviewed. So isn't that nice? So we're inspired, and we have also been inspiring the others. So pretty soon, my girlfriends here in New York are going to have a barter agreement, and we will meet in the park, Twin. You'll be there, and
I
we can
want
exchange
to barter
goods.
my bags and shoes for a sack of rice.
With what? Yeah, we can, right? And send it to the Philippines.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, that would be a good idea. So now we will proceed to our topic for this evening. So did you want to say something about the twin or Arceli?
Yeah, I would like to say something
Arceli
about the
is going to tell
barter.
us
You know,
something.
what happened to the barter this time? It is temporarily closed, but however, it is not stopping people from doing things, but they are doing it with persons closest to them. Like, for example, in our case, we're just doing it with somebody from the next office. Like, I have a Biko with me, and she has to exchange it with a coffee. So it's just like that. Why? Why? Because, we are so alarmed. Just this week, we've got the first probable case of local transmission of COVID. That is why the barter for a larger community is temporarily stopped. But I think it is not stopping from people from exchanging things, those who are closest to them, as mentioned. So probably we have been hearing cases in the US, and maybe we will be learning from them, right? Can you please share to us? I have heard, Miss Merly, you know of somebody. Can you please introduce? So that people from Bohol will also learn, and actually we're trembling this time on what probably could happen to us. So at least we will be learning from you.
Yes, definitely. Actually, our topic tonight is about love can heal racial divide. We want to start first with this the story of my very special friend, a couple who I respect very much. One of the pioneers of our Elizabeth community here in Elizabeth, New Jersey, a businessman and a religious leader, and a charismatic at his in everything he does. He puts his heart out. A month ago, he got caught with this COVID virus. And the way he overcame, the way he conquered, he defied this virus is so dramatic and so fascinating. And we want to hear that from him. And we want to ask him how he was able to overcome it. He didn't even go to the hospital. And also after that, we're going to ask him about the love of his life. Overall, physical health and well-being contributes to the healing of COVID. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Dr. Greg and Mrs. Yuka Agolan.
Hello.
Hey. Hello, Greg and Yuka.
Good evening, United States, and some viewers from Europe. I went to Las Vegas to attend the conference, and then after the conference, I flew back to New Jersey. And the following day, my wife and myself and some of the members of our community went to another conference in upstate New York. And then when we came back after the conference, my wife and myself have some kind of symptom of coronavirus. And then immediately, in the following day, we went to our doctor. And then the doctor, our primary doctor, prescribed us with medicine. In 3 days, my wife got help. And then I continue to have that kind of symptom of coronavirus. So the doctor asked both of us to go to the test. And then after 2 days, it was found out that I am positive of coronavirus and my wife was negative.
Yes, Greg. Would you remember 2 weeks ago before you had your symptoms? Where were you 2 weeks ago? Because you mentioned that after Las Vegas and after going to upstate, you felt you had fever or you had symptoms. But 2 weeks ago, if we were to look at the CDC guidelines, like your exposure and the incubation of the coronavirus is like 2 weeks. Do you remember? Where were you?
2 weeks before conference?
Before you had your symptoms. Yes, before you had your symptoms.
I stayed in Las Vegas, yeah.
Oh, you were in Las Vegas?
Because I stayed in Las Vegas for, I think, 2 weeks.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
So, Greg, you stayed at home. So the doctor told you to just stay home?
She did not advise us to go to the hospital. She gave a prescription. From that prescription, there are some supplemental medicine that I'm taking, and also through the care of my team, you know.
So did you stay in a different room, in a different bedroom, away from your son and wife?
I stay in our master bedroom, and my wife and my son went to our guest room.
I see. So I'll ask Yuka. How did you help Greg recover or become better all this during the time he was sick, Yuka? Can you tell us what you did?
Okay. For the medicine for COVID, infected for COVID. So you
prescribed by the doctor.
Yeah. So I just follow the medicine, and then the supplement. I consult with another doctor, chiropractor, to help him, like a vitamin C, zinc, and multivitamin and probiotic, those things. So regularly I give him. And then what I did is the ginseng tea, the Korean ginseng tea, which improve the immune system. So that is also tastes very bitter. So that I keep giving him that ginseng tea and also fresh ginger, the ginger tea boiled from the fresh ginger. So
how often? How many cups did he drink? And a day? Or is it every hour?
It's unlimited. He put a lot of ginseng there. Anytime I want, I have to drink. So I have to go to the bathroom so often.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Because a lot of people now, they're very nervous and panicky about this virus. Could you share to us how did you defy the
fear
pain and then the fear emotionally, psychologically, spiritually? I heard that you felt like your spirit already left your body, but then you had to learn how to stand while sleeping. Can you tell us that? That's very interesting.
I think it's very case-to-case basis. I have a lot of condition. Like I just got an accident, and at the same time, I have some kind of respiratory problem because I usually get cough. And if you have that kind of condition that is very dangerous for a person who is infected by COVID. And I myself, I suffer a lot. As I mentioned to Marivir before, that even I have to learn how to sleep standing. I have to learn how to sleep sitting down, and I have to coordinate my breathing, because if I'm going to breathe without coordination, then it will trigger my lungs, and it will cough. I will cough, and then my brain, my neck, my shoulder, my lungs will almost I will explode, and I don't want that kind of experience. That's why I have to control my breathing coordination. The biggest factor that play a role why I survive is that I have that determination to survive. When I look at my wife, my son, my friend, and the people who believe in me, that brought me strong determination to survive and fight this virus. One time, even in the middle of the night, I am sitting down and I feel this kind of respiratory
Difficulty breathing?
I have to breathe I have to control my breathing just a little bit, so that I can just, survive. Just like, I have to control myself. And then I experienced that even my spirit was ejected from my body. And then my body separated from my spirit.
From your
and
body.
Then I saw my body sitting down, and my wife is taking care of me. And then, I have to, for the sake of my wife and my son and the people who believe in me. And then I had to go back, and so my wife serving me another cup of tea. And my determination to survive really sustained me. And most importantly, I know that the world is praying for me, and even friends from Japan are praying for me, in Korea are praying for me. Those are the factors that sustain me, because even during when I am sitting down and I'm reflecting and suffering from this virus, I received news that my friend, one of our community leader, my friend, Mr. Balasta,
Jerry Balasta. Yes.
He just passed away because of this virus. He's younger than me. He's 40 years old. And I said, oh my God, he passed away. And I don't have any question. Anytime I will die also. But I just determined to survive, because I feel that this virus can be fought if you have that kind of strong determination.
Yes, Greg, I have a question. When you say you coordinate your breathing or you control your breathing, does this mean you have to breathe deeply? And
no.
What does that mean?
No,
coordinate your breathing.
I don't. If you are going to breathe deeply, that will trigger your lungs, your respiratory. So you have to breathe small for you to have a breath. Just small,
shallow breathing.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
Control your breathing. Just enough for you to really get
to have
air to for your heart and your lungs.
My God. Mm-hmm. So you said you would stand or sit down. You never lie down. Why?
If I lay down, I just start coughing. And that is
question for Yuka.
Yeah.
Yuka, what is your preventive measure so that Sean and those other people who are living in your house will not be contracted by the virus? I heard there were 3 of you in your household who got the virus, and amazingly, you and Sean and one other person did not get the virus. What did you do? What was your preventive measure?
Okay. First, we separate the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sean and me, we sleep in the living room and completely isolate Greg in the master bedroom. Mm-hmm. So only me. So Sean will never go into that room, and Sean has no contact. But for me, I have to bring the food, the tea, and drink. So I take care of him. So when I go into the room and I change clothes, I put like a gown and I wear glove and mask, and I enter the room. And when I come out of the room, I take off and then go to the other area. So I try to really stick to that, so that much as possible. And I put many curtains so that the air will not flow from the master bedroom to the other room.
Amazing. So, Arceli, do you have a question? Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Yuka.
I'm just wondering, Greg, how long did you suffer from such? Like, imagine you keep on standing and you cannot just lie down. So I'm trying to imagine.
Yeah,
how long was that?
The virus will attack only in the evening most of the time. I mean, the coughing and all these things, but in the daytime, I can just sit down and just meditate and rest, because and prepare myself for the night, because in the night again the coughing will come and it's really painful. So I think that is 10 days I stay in the room, and then after 10 days, in the 12 days, uh, 13 days, I feel much better. And then I don't know when was that. My doctor asked me again to get checked, and then I was tested negative.
So the pain is not consistent.
Yeah, I think
So there is also a relieving time. Like in the morning, you are a bit relieved, and it's just that it will strike in the evening more.
Yes.
We have been hearing that steam bath is a help. Did you do some steam bathing?
Oh yeah, I did some steam bathing. I learned that from my father when we were in the in Bukidnon, and when we have cough, fever, they will put us, cover us and put some steam. But this kind of techniques cannot work with virus, because the virus is just very elusive. You feel much better, but your body become weak because of that salt and steam. And for the people who are, that's me. But maybe for other people it worked, but for me, I feel better for 2 hours, 3 hours, but the virus is stay there inside. And fighting this virus is just like fighting a boxing, 12-round boxing, In order for you to fight, you have to have strong determination. It's not just an ordinary virus. You have to fight, and you have to really obliterate the virus through your determination.
My gosh, I have a question for both Yuka and Greg. Did it reach the two of you to prepare for any, like an eventual event, somebody that Greg will die? Did you even have that kind of discussion on what to do? Or are you that prepared already? What were you doing? What were you talking about?
We don't prepare something like that. But I know for sure that I control the virus already, because I know how it works. I read some that this virus don't like bitter, and ginseng give me so much ginseng, and also ampalaya. I eat a lot of those so that I can have strong, I can help to fight the virus, and I think those help. And most importantly is I really believe on the prayer of my brothers and sisters. It really play an important role for my recovery. It sustained me. Prayers.
Oh, let's hear from Yuka. What were you thinking, Yuka, while Greg was sick? Were you scared? Were you prepared for anything?
Oh, I see. Well, I was not really scared because I believe that he's gonna be okay.
Oh, great.
Yes,
amazing.
And then I will do anything, whatever I can. And then in case it happens, but that is God's will. So anyway, that he is.
I am joking with my wife. If something happened, you are better off, I said. Yeah, he is better off without me, because maybe he is covered with insurance. I'm covered with.
So you're
She has all the insurance.
Some kind of, it's better for you to die so that I will brace. She did everything for me to survive, and I can feel that.
So you would still joke, huh?
Yeah.
Amazing. So maybe, Twin, from this topic, like the specific information they have, we can segue to the conversation on love knows no color. Yes. It's like it doesn't matter whether you're Filipino and not Filipino. You can be in love together.
Yes. Congratulations to both of you. You defied, you conquered COVID. Now let me ask you, considering the political and racial tension in America, and your couple as the interracial, intercultural couple, could you share to us, especially with your work with ACLC, could you tell us what are the projects and what do you do at home and in the community to be able to contribute to the promotion of world peace and reconciliation of peoples and cultures?
My wife is from Japan, and Japanese and Filipino we have history of war. Japanese invaded our country, and many people suffer from that. And even until now, there are so many people who are really hated Japanese, but not much compared to my parents and our parents. There is a tension between them. If this was Japanese, or even they hear that airplane passing, they are very scared about that. And I think, and I believe that this marriage that I get into, I marry her not because I attract her, but there is providential meaning to overcome the historical resentment of our parents. And I believe that in order for us to really develop our relationship, we have to develop some kind of trust, because I don't know if I can trust her, or I know if she can trust me. Maybe this time we are improving that kind of relationship, because I know that for sure that during our first year, second year, third year, fifth year of marriage, he still has, I think round trip ticket to Japan, so that anytime there is problem, he can just go back to Japan.
Ready round trip ticket? Oh,
But
oh my God.
as time goes by, we develop some kind of trust. Then once we trust each other, then we develop some kind of love relationship that will allow us to be happy as a couple. How trust is important in order for love to be developed.
Amazing.
And about what is going on in our American society today, the problem of race and racial discrimination here in America. You have to know the source of this, and white people should understand why there is discrimination in their heart, and why is it that black people has corroding hatred in their heart. In other words, there are some kind of historical problem that we have to overcome. Just like me and my wife, there is a historical problem that we have to overcome between Japanese and Filipino, that if we can overcome that, then we can heal that kind of historical problem that is holding us even until this time. As director of American Clergy Leadership Conference, I am dealing with many ministers, hundreds of ministers here in Northeast USA. There is no organization in this country that trusts, that the African American can trust, but the American Clergy Leadership Conference, or the movement of our founder, Father Mon, because they join our program or our movement because they trust us. Unless there is really a kind of repentance from our white American brothers and sisters whom their ancestors enslaved the black people in America, and unless the black people will humble themselves and forgive, then there is no resolution of this, no matter how powerful you are. The reason why this African American and black people came to our program and American Clergy Leadership Conference, it is an interdenominational, interracial movement, because they trust us. So that is my perspective. You have to trust us so that we can have reconciliation. And after that, once they trust each other, they can love each other, and then they can have a happy ending.
I have a question for Yuka. Yuka,
Okay.
how did you become like trusting of Greg and eventually really fell in love with him? Not fell in love, but really loved him as he is. So tell us your story, how you developed that relationship with him.
This is exciting.
How did you love Greg?
Yeah, it's not happen in one night.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really, it's step by step. It's long period of time. It's a relationship is not easy, as you know, and then but the only thing is I trust God. God brought us together, because I was from a Buddhist background, and then we are completely different, and our nature is also completely different. It's the more I know, the more we are different. It's really what I have, he doesn't have. What he has, I don't have. Something like that. But as the time goes by, I can gradually discover he is the person I need to grow, to be better, to be complete. let's say, as a daughter of God. So probably, I hope I would be the person for for him. It's really the God. I really believe and then trust God. That's the point. And then I discover His really deep love and serving, unending, let's say, serving without return, without thinking to be returned. That's really giving sacrificial heart. Really moved me, and then also how to say, influenced me to I have to become better, and then that's how what God wants me to learn and grow. So it's really slowly.
It's a process, right? It's a process, and I'm amazed because like both of you were like talking of putting God at the center of the relationship so that it humbles you and makes you strive to be better persons for each other. So that's amazing to me. Now, Twin and Arceli, if you have one more question from each of you, and we can wrap up the program.
Arceli, maybe Arceli first.
Arceli, you have a question?
Greg and Yuka, I would like to congratulate you for coming this far, despite your the difference in your color. Like I would say, love is colorblind. Am I heard?
Yes. Yes, you are here.
Love is colorblind. It does not define race. What race do you come from? And in this trying time of yours, you were able to survive. And this is just my take. This is what I have noticed. Because you have been leveled off in your understanding on your roles, respective roles in your home and your respective roles in your community. And I have seen the bartering happening within your home, the bartering of love, the bartering of service, the bartering of understanding. And this is, I think, is the most important ingredient that what we need in this community is actually living for the sake of others. So I have sensed despite the very trying, no, the peak of the trying time, like there was this peace. I have seen the peace in Yuka.
Yes.
Like I know he will be well, and I've also seen the peace in Greg. Like he is so assured that Yuka will be fine, even if he is going to live, because that is actually the reality of life. And probably because they are well built in a very good principle. That is why this is actually what we need. It is not about the color. It is not about the race. It is not about our differences. We can always bridge that. And that's the beauty of the goodness of our God. So congratulations, Yuka and Greg, for such
Thank you.
journey. Being a good example
Thank
to
you,
all of us.
Amazing.
Shirley?
Thank you for the inspiration, Yuka and Greg. Now we'll hear from Merly for our closing parting shots. Merle?
Yes, yeah. Congratulations to both of you, Greg and Yuka. I'm blown away by your story. You survived COVID together, and you are two people from former enemy countries, and yet you're able to display that the power of love, the beauty of love to your family and to your friends from all over the world. This is a really good model because the world needs to see a model. And I keep going back to Yuka's statement. Her secret is to keep giving without expecting any return. And that's the key for all love relationship and even in the society in general. So that is really powerful. So to close, I would like to read The Food for Our Hearts, okay, from the Mother of Peace, Mother Moon. She said, to have true love is to love that which cannot be loved. A person living in true love cannot help but love even his worst enemy. True love is a sacrificial love that enables a person even to lay down his life for another. Thus, within true love, we are able to completely transcend all the dissension and conflict, not only among individuals, but also in societies and nations. Those will all pass away and we will have true peace. This is beautiful. So with this, I would like to thank everyone who joined us this evening, Facebook Live out
Thank
there.
you.
And thank you, Dr. Greg Agolan and Mrs. Yuka. And thank you, Twin.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you,
us.
Arceli. Thank you, everyone. God bless you all.
Thank you,
so
everybody.
Thank you
Let's
for
see
Thanks,
having
everyone.
Twin.
us.
Let's meet and greet
Thanks,
everyone.
Arceli.
Hi, everyone.
Wave our
Thank
hands.
you,
Bye.
Marivir.
Wave
Thank
Thank
you,
hands.
Mrs.
you. Thank you for having
Greg.
us.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
See you
Greg. Thank
next
you,
Austria.
week.
Yuka. Thank you,
Thank you.
Esther.
We have
All right.
Malaysia here,
Yes,
Hong
great.
Kong, Japan,
Right.
Philippines,
Thank you.